Ladies and gentlemen, what if I told you that the key to living longer, performing better, feeling younger isn't locked away in some expensive pill or surgical procedure, but rather in simple, overlooked truths your doctor may never tell you? Today, I want to share with you 5 health secrets that can transform not just your years of life, but your life in those years. Sleep is often the most underrated form of medicine, yet it is the foundation upon which every aspect of health is built. In a world that glorifies productivity, late nights, and constant hustle, many people treat sleep as optional, something to cut down on when life gets busy. However, research consistently shows that sleep is far more than rest. It is an active biological necessity that governs how long we live and how well we live. During deep sleep, the brain undergoes a remarkable cleansing process, clearing out toxins and metabolic waste that build up during the day. This nightly detox helps protect against cognitive decline and conditions like Alzheimer's disease. At the same time, memory, learning, and creativity are sharpened as the brain consolidates information and strengthens neural connections. Sleep is, in effect, the ultimate performance enhancer for both mind and body. The power of sleep extends far beyond the brain. Hormones that regulate appetite, growth, and repair are all deeply tied to sleep quality. For instance, inadequate sleep raises ghrelin, the hormone that makes you hungry, while lowering leptin, the hormone that signals fullness. This imbalance drives weight gain and makes it harder to control cravings. Meanwhile, human growth hormone, which supports muscle repair and fat metabolism, secreted during deep sleep. Poor sleep disrupts this balance, leaving the body in a state of metabolic chaos. Even testosterone levels, critical for energy, mood, vitality, are significantly lowered when sleep is cut short. What many fail to realize is that the hormonal benefits people seek from supplements or medications can often be achieved naturally by restoring healthy sleep patterns. The immune system also relies on sleep to keep the body safe from disease. During quality rest, immune cells are strengthened and the body produces cytokines, proteins that help fight infections and reduce inflammation. When sleep is compromised, immunity weakens, making people more susceptible to colds, flu, chronic illnesses. Long-term sleep deprivation has been linked to higher risks of heart disease, diabetes, and even certain cancers. What this demonstrates is that sleep is not simply about feeling refreshed in the morning. It is about fortifying the body's defenses and maintaining long-term health. Modern society often treats lack of sleep as a badge of honor, but in truth, it is a silent threat. Trading hours of sleep for more work, entertainment, or scrolling through a phone is trading years off life expectancy. Sleep is not wasted time, it is invested time. It is during sleep that the body repairs itself, balances itself, and prepares for the challenges of the next day. Without it, every system begins to falter. Stress is often dismissed as just a mental burden, but in reality is one of the most destructive forces acting on the human body. Unlike short bursts of stress, which can sharpen focus and prepare us to handle challenges, chronic stress keeps the body in a constant state of alarm. This ongoing activation of the stress response floods the bloodstream with cortisol and adrenaline, hormones designed for survival in life or death situations. When this happens occasionally, the body adapts and recovers, but when it happens every day for weeks, months, or even years, the effects become toxic. Elevated cortisol disrupts nearly every system in the body, silently laying the groundwork for disease long before symptoms appear. One of the most damaging effects of chronic stress is its impact on the cardiovascular system. High stress levels cause persistent increases in blood pressure and heart rate, straining arteries and making them more vulnerable to damage. Over time, this increases the risk of heart disease, stroke, and sudden cardiac events. Stress also promotes inflammation, which accelerates the buildup of plaque in the arteries. This means that the emotional strain of daily life can translate directly into physical harm, sometimes more powerfully than diet alone. The phrase dying of a broken heart is not just poetic, it reflects the real toll that unchecked stress can take on the heart. Stress also profoundly affects metabolism and weight. Cortisol signals the body to store fat, particularly around the abdomen, area strongly linked to diabetes and cardiovascular disease. It disrupts insulin sensitivity, which raises blood sugar levels and makes type 2 diabetes more likely. On top of that, stress often leads to unhealthy coping behaviors like overeating, smoking, or alcohol consumption, creating a vicious cycle where the physical and psychological effects reinforce one another. Influence of stress extends into the realm of mental and sexual health as well. Chronic stress can impair memory, concentration, and decision making, leaving people mentally exhausted. It lowers dopamine and serotonin levels, fueling depression and anxiety. For men, elevated stress hormones reduce testosterone production, leading to fatigue, decreased libido, and even erectile dysfunction. For women, stress can throw menstrual cycles off balance and contribute to hormonal imbalances that affect mood and fertility. These issues are rarely discussed openly. They impact quality of life just as much as visible diseases. Perhaps most striking is how stress weakens the immune system. People under chronic stress catch colds more easily, heal from injuries more slowly, and are less responsive to vaccines. It is as though the body, drained by constant emergency signals, has no energy left to defend itself. This explains why stress is often the hidden factor behind illnesses that appear unrelated on the surface. Hormones are the body's chemical messengers, controlling everything from mood and energy to weight, sleep, and sexual function. When they are in balance, life feels smooth, energy levels are steady, emotions are more stable, and the body performs the way it is designed to. But when hormones fall out of alignment, the effects ripple across every system, often in ways that people don't immediately connect to hormones. Unlike a broken bone or visible injury, hormone imbalance is subtle, slow, often mistaken for ordinary aging. This is why so many people accept fatigue, low motivation, weight gain, and brain fog as inevitable, when in fact, these can often be traced back to shifts in hormonal health. One of the most critical hormones for men is testosterone. Beyond its role in sexual health, testosterone regulates muscle mass, bone density, mood, and even cardiovascular health. When testosterone levels decline, men can feel more irritable, experience lower energy, and notice difficulty maintaining strength. Similarly, in women, estrogen and progesterone play vital roles in protecting heart health, maintaining bone strength, supporting mood stability, and regulating metabolism. When these hormones fluctuate as they do in perimenopause or menopause, women may face sleep disturbances, weight changes, hot flashes, and increased risk for osteoporosis. These changes are not just inconveniences, profound long-term implications for health and quality of life. Thyroid hormones are another overlooked but powerful force. They govern metabolism, energy production, and even temperature regulation. When thyroid levels are too low, people often feel sluggish, cold, depressed, and struggle with weight gain. When thyroid activity is too high, the opposite occurs: weight loss, anxiety, rapid heartbeat, and restlessness. The thyroid is small, but its influence is immense. Ignoring its signals can mean years of unnecessary suffering. What makes hormones particularly important is their interconnectedness. When one hormone shifts, others often follow, creating a cascade of imbalances. For example, chronic stress raises cortisol, which can suppress testosterone and estrogen, disrupt thyroid function, and even impair insulin sensitivity, leading to weight gain and diabetes risk. This delicate web shows that hormones do not operate in isolation. They are a synchronized orchestra, and when one instrument is off, the whole performance suffers. Despite their importance, hormones are rarely prioritized in standard medical care. Many people are told that their symptoms are simply part of aging or stress. They are offered short-term solutions instead of investigating underlying hormonal patterns. Yet optimizing hormones through lifestyle, nutrition, stress management, when necessary, medical support can completely change the trajectory of someone's health. A balanced hormonal system is not about vanity or performance. It is about restoring the body's natural rhythm and protecting vitality well into later years. Exercise is often thought of as a tool to lose weight or build muscle, but in reality, it is one of the most powerful forms of medicine available to us. The human body is designed for movement, and when it is deprived of it, disease begins to take root. Regular physical activity acts as a shield against some of the most common and deadly conditions, including heart disease, diabetes, obesity, depression, and even certain cancers. Unlike medications that target a single symptom or system, exercise benefits the entire body all at once. From the brain to the bones to the immune system, it is one of the few interventions that can extend lifespan while also improving the quality of each year lived. One of the most immediate effects of exercise is its ability to strengthen the cardiovascular system. When the heart is challenged with consistent activity, becomes more efficient, pumping blood with greater ease and lowering resting blood pressure. This not only reduces the risk of heart attacks and strokes, but also improves stamina and daily energy levels. Exercise also improves circulation, ensuring that every organ receives the oxygen and nutrients it needs to perform at its best. Over time, blood vessels become more flexible, reducing strain on the body and protecting against chronic disease. Movement is equally critical for metabolic health. Physical activity improves insulin sensitivity, allowing the body to process sugar more effectively and lowering the risk of type 2 diabetes. Even a brisk 30-minute walk after a meal has been shown to stabilize blood sugar levels, a simple habit with profound long-term benefits. Beyond blood sugar control, exercise plays a central role in weight management. It burns calories, yes, but it also builds lean muscle, which increases metabolism and helps the body burn more energy even at rest. This combination makes it one of the most reliable tools for preventing obesity and the host of conditions that come with it. Benefits of exercise extend far beyond the physical. Regular movement has a remarkable impact on mental health, reducing symptoms of anxiety and depression while boosting mood and cognitive performance. Physical activity stimulates the release of endorphins, body's natural feel good chemicals, and encourages the growth of new brain cells, enhancing memory and focus. People who move regularly often report greater confidence, sharper thinking, and better sleep. Bones and joints also thrive when the body is active. Weight-bearing exercises like walking, running, or strength training increase bone density, reducing the risk of osteoporosis. Muscles and connective tissues stay stronger and more flexible, lowering the chances of injury and maintaining independence later in life. Movement truly acts as medicine, healing, protecting, and energizing the body in ways no pill can replicate. Prevention is often overshadowed by the allure of cures, yet it is prevention that holds the greatest power to protect both health and longevity. Too often, people only seek medical attention once symptoms appear, believing disease strikes suddenly, but in reality, most illnesses develop silently over years of neglect. Heart disease, diabetes, cancer, countless other conditions typically begin with small warning signs, subtle changes in blood pressure, cholesterol, weight, or energy that go unnoticed or ignored. By the time these issues become obvious, treatment is often more complicated, costly, and less effective. Prevention shifts the focus from reacting to problems to anticipating and avoiding them, giving individuals far greater control over their health outcomes. The core of prevention lies in lifestyle choices. Daily habits like nutrition, sleep, exercise, stress management create either resilience or vulnerability within the body. Eating nutrient-dense foods reduces inflammation and supports every organ, while poor diets heavy in sugar and processed ingredients accelerate disease. Regular physical activity keeps blood vessels, bones, and muscles strong, reducing the risk of heart disease, fractures, and disability. Adequate sleep strengthens immunity, balances hormones, and supports mental health. Managing stress protects the heart, the brain, and in the immune system. Each of these elements works together like a defense system, protecting the body from internal and external threats long before they manifest as disease. Preventive health care also includes screenings and checkups, which play a vital role in catching silent issues early. Blood tests, imaging, and physical exams can detect high cholesterol, prediabetes, hypertension, or even cancer at stages when intervention is simple and highly effective. For example, colon cancer, when caught early through screening, is highly treatable but when discovered late, outcomes become far more serious. The same is true for breast cancer, prostate issues, and cardiovascular disease. Regular monitoring creates opportunities to act before conditions spiral into crisis, transforming what could be life threatening into something manageable. Prevention also carries immense psychological benefits. Living with constant worry about health can weigh heavily on the mind, but those who commit to preventive practices often feel empowered, confident, and in control of their future. Knowing that the body is being cared for through intentional choices reduces anxiety and builds trust in one's own resilience. This sense of empowerment fuels further positive habits, creating a cycle of health and confidence. Ultimately, prevention is not just about adding years to life, but ensuring those years are vibrant, active, and meaningful. Instead of spending later years managing illness, prevention allows people to spend them enjoying family, pursuing passions, and maintaining independence. It is an investment not only in longevity, but in the richness of life itself.